Symbolic interactionism. Symbolic interaction, the ongoing use of language and gestures in anticipation of how the other will react, a conversation. Symbolic interactionism has three core principles it deals with: meaning, language, and thinking. Meaning, the construction of social reality. Humans assign meaning based on their life experiences. It is their interactions that count. Language, the source of meaning. Meaning comes from the interaction we have with others. An object does not have a meaning until we give it one. The language we use creates the meaning. An example of language is the golden arches. Our language turned the letter M into the golden arches, which stands for McDonald's. When we see them or hear the name, we think of the fast food restaurant. Thinking, the process of taking the role of the other. That an individual's interpretation of symbols is modified by his or her own thought process. The inner dialogue we have with ourselves to decide what to do or say next. Before we can think, we must be able to interact symbolically. If we have no interaction with others, we will have nothing to base our thoughts on. The self. Reflections in a looking glass. Looking glass self is the mental self-image that results from taking the role of the other, the objective self, me. I is the subjective self, the spontaneous driving force that fosters all that is novel, unpredictable, and unorganized in the self. Me is the objective self, the image of self seen when one takes the role of the other. If we do not interact with others, we have no way of knowing who our self is. We learn who we are through how others see us. Society, the socializing effect of others' expectations. Generalized other is the composite mental image a person has of his or herself based on social expectations and responses. It is our interactions in the world that teach us to be who we are. There is no me at birth. Me is formed only through continual symbolic interaction. First with family, next with playmates, then in institutions such as schools. 6 applications of symbolic interactionism: creating reality, meaningful research, generalized other, naming, self-fulfilling prophecy, and symbol manipulation. Our interpretation of ourself, others, and the world around us have meaning because of our interactions with those around us. Without symbolic interaction, humanity as we know it wouldn't exist.